Hello guys. Some of my students have asked me how they can merge two columns as one column. So today I'm going to be showing you how to merge two columns as one. So I want to use this example. As you can see, I want to merge these two columns, first name and last name, as one column. First name and last name as one column. So let's call that column full name. So I'll come here and I'll type full name. Then I expand the width of that column. So I want to combine these two columns as one. So in Excel, we use a function called concatenate or concatenation. So I'll just type equal to concat. So I can choose any of them. It's the same thing. Either I'll go with concat or concatenation. So concatenation simply means merging two columns as one column. So I'll click on, I can just pick this first one, concat. So it follows about two or three arguments depending. So what I need to do is, since I want to write this as full name, so I think full name is first name, then last name. So I'll click on this first name, the cell for this first name. Remember, you're clicking cell or picking cell, you're not typing anything. So you click on the cell for the first name, you put a comma, you can add a space to make your code look maybe presentable. Then you can click then you click the cell of the last name. That's it. That's it. Then you just close your brackets. Then you hit enter. Expand the width of the cell. So the next thing, click on this first cell again. You just merged and use the fill handle. So bring your cursor to the bottom right corner of the activated cell and you see this fill handle. This fill handle looking like a black plus sign. Then you double click on that and you feel that. Then bring your mouse cursor up here, expand your column. Now you can see that this is not properly written. It's not properly written in the sense that this full name, I think we should have a space in between. It's not good written this way. And also, the first name should not be capitalized. It doesn't make much sense. So we should have the first letter for the first name to be in uppercase or capital letter, and the remaining letters for the first name should be in lowercase. So first of all, let us add a separator between the first name and the last name. I think that separator, we call it delimiter. So I'll click on this first cell and click it twice. So to open up that function. Now I want to add a space. Now notice that space is a text data type. So whenever you're writing a text data type inside a function, it must come in between two double quotation marks. So after this first comma, I'm going to type my first double quotation mark. Then I put my space by tapping my space bar. Then the second double quotation mark. Then I use my comma separator, then add a space. So with this now, I've placed a space between these two, between the cell for the first name and the cell for the last name. That is it. Then I'll hit and enter. Then I click the first cell again, bring my mouse cursor to the bottom right corner to see the fill handle, then double tap on it. And you can see I have my first name and last name with the space as a separator. I think it's looking better now. It's looking better now. But let us improve it. Let's improve it by writing this properly. Now, there are two functions in Excel, or three, should I say three? One is lower, upper, and proper. For example, if I want to write this full name in lowercase, I can just come here and say equal to lower. That's the name of the function. I'll pick the function, then I click on that cell, I close the bracket, I hit enter, and I have it in lowercase. That's for lower. Then if I want to write this one now, if I want to write this last name in uppercase, the same thing is upper. The function is upper, equal to upper. So it will just make everything to be in uppercase. Then I click the cell, close the bracket, and I hit enter. You can see it's now in uppercase. And there's also another one which we call proper function. Proper function writes it properly, whereby the first letter will be in uppercase and the remaining letter will be in lowercase. For instance, if I want this one to be written properly, I'll just use equal to proper. That's the name of the function. Proper. then I pick proper, then I click that cell, I close my bracket and hit enter. And you can see it's now written well. So we are going to use that proper function now to correct the entire function in this full name. So I'll click on that cell, and that proper function will be written at the back, which simply means all these other parts of this function should take that proper function. In Excel, when you write a function behind another function to affect the entire function, we call that nesting. Nest. To nest a function, to nest it. So we're going to nest this entire concatenate or concat function with the proper function. So we'll click on this, then right after or before the equal to, rather, before the equal to, I'll type proper. Then I pick the proper function. As you can see, Excel IntelliSense, Excel will just bring it out for me. Then I pick this proper function. Then I come at the end of the entire function and close the bracket. I have to close the bracket. That's the bracket for the proper function. That's all. So I've nested this concatenate function with the proper function. After doing that, I'll hit enter. You can see it's now written properly. Then I click on the first cell, bring my fill handle and double click. And you see that the entire full name is now properly written. You can see? So this is how you can combine two columns in Excel. So thank you everyone for today's class. Please like, comment your thought on this and share. Bye. See you next time.